I'm back. So today, it's probably going to be more about me, myself, but a lot of people will receive from it, I know. The title of today's video, the Lord has been speaking to me about since yesterday, is it's bigger than us. It's bigger than us. Life is bigger than us. You know, the things that we're entrusted with is bigger than us. Our gifts and our talents and how He made us, our personality, you know, His plan for our lives, it's bigger than us. It affects other people. So I was at the juice store the other day getting my green juices, you know, clean out my body, stay fit, stay strong, stay healthy. And I walked in the door and I seen 3 military personnel standing right there ordering their juices. And immediately I made eye contact with the female. It was a female. She seen me, I seen her, but it wasn't like flirty. It was almost like she was highlighted to me. And I noticed that she looked at me as well the same way. Well, I went ahead and ordered my juices. And by the time I ordered mine, they were leaving. And when mine was finished, I left and they were sitting outside, and the Lord spoke to me and said, sit right here. So there was a table, you know, right by the door, and they were sitting kind of across. And I'm like, okay, you know, I had planned on taking them home, but you know, I've been learning obedience lately, and what happens when we respond to God, because He doesn't do anything by mistake. He doesn't do anything by accident. He doesn't do anything unintentionally. God is intentional. God is intentional, ladies. You're in a dating game out there. God is intentional. Godly man is gonna be intentional. I feel like I had to say that. But I was sitting right there, you know, I started to pray and asking God, okay, what is it now? Because He's been having me do some crazy stuff lately. I'm talking about stuff that's taking me out of my comfort zone. You know, stuff that's challenging me, challenging my faith, challenging who I am as a man, challenging what I believe about myself and what I'm capable of. So I'm like, what now, God? What is it now? You know, you've been having me making these videos and doing all kind of stuff. What do you want with me? So I look up and I see the lady still glancing at me, you know. And finally, you know, I was trying to understand what it was, and I realized that there was something about one of these 3 individuals. I heard in my inner man, you see, God speaks to you in your inner man. That's where your spirit lives. The Bible says, out of the belly flows rivers of life. That's where our life force is. That's why people say, oh, I had a gut feeling. That's where the Holy Spirit lives. That's where God lives inside of you. So I heard a son, you know, like a child, like a kid. So I said, okay, I'm putting the puzzle together. You know, God speaks to, you know, we prophesy in part, we hear in part. So I knew that He was wanting me to go over there and say something about a son. And let me protect my camera here. It's going to overheat shortly. About a son. So I was trying to figure out a way to go over there without seeming too crazy and engage in conversation with these people. So they had on military uniform. I said, perfect. So as I was leaving, I got up and I said, before I walked by, I said, what branch of the military you in? And you know, they all were very friendly. They said, oh, we're in the Army. And then I followed up with a question, does any of you have kids? You know, and they kind of looked at each other. I said, oh, do any of you have a son? And they kind of looked puzzled. And I'm thinking to myself, thanks God, I appreciate that for making me look stupid. I said, oh, just, you know, y'all have a nice day. I was just gonna walk away. But right before I walked away, the woman said, wait a second. Do you mean, does somebody have a son now or is going to have a son because I'm pregnant? See, sometimes we don't know what God has us up to. You know, He doesn't tell us everything. Sometimes He just gives us a little bit and see if we're going to go. Testing our faith, because we go from faith to faith and glory to glory. So he builds our faith. The more steps we take, the more, you know, he can entrust us with things, you know, to do more, to be more. You know, I've always had that gift, but I buried it. But anyways, you know, that really made me happy because it was two things. It restored the faith in myself in something that I thought died within me, my spiritual gift, because I wasn't using it. And also, she was very happy that she received the message that she received about her unborn child. It edified her faith, and I'm sure it did the faith of the two gentlemen she was with. So the moral of the story is, it's bigger than us. Our gifts and our talents and what God has us doing in life is bigger than us. That's why anytime I want to give up, or anytime I get discouraged, or anytime it gets hard, I'm thinking about the people on the other side. I'm thinking about the people who are going to be blessed through my business. I'm thinking about the people who are going to be blessed through my finances and contributions. I'm thinking about the people who are going to be blessed, you know, when I'm on some movie set or some TV show, and some little kid who doesn't believe in himself, you know, he sees me and like, he's so excited that he gets to see an actor, and I'm able to give him a word of encouragement that's going to change the trajectory of his life. That's what our gifts and talents are for. Not just for us, they're for other people. We are going to be held liable for the things we do in this lifetime. The things we tell people, the influence we have, we can either cause somebody to do good or bad. You know, so all of these, you know, I used to listen to rap. I quit listening to rap. All this gun violence we got in Chicago and New Orleans and places like this, people, we're going to be held liable for how we influence other people. Man, that convicted me, you know, doing things I shouldn't have been doing, selling drugs and all that. It took me a while to forgive myself, knowing that, you know, I had an effect on people's lives, and it took me a long time to forgive myself. So even now, like, that's why I try to do good, because I don't care what people think. You know, I don't care what people, I preach the gospel. If they don't like it, it is what it is. Unfollow me. I'm still gonna get my bag. God's still gonna bless me. But I'm not burying my talent because people don't like it. It's too bad. Anyways, there's a parable in the Bible of the master who gave his servants talents. He gave one of them 5 talents. He gave one of them 2 talents, and then he gave one of his servants 1 talent. He said, I'm going away, I'm gonna give you guys these. So he went away, and after some time, the servant that he gave 5 talents, he went and invested his, and he flipped his 5 talents into 10 talents. The one who was given 2 talents flipped his and made 4. But the servant who had 1 talent, he buried his, put it in the ground. He put it in the ground. He didn't do anything with his talents. You know, and that, I felt like I've been the one with 1 talent for the majority of my life. I've always knew I was gifted. I've always knew I was talented. But I allowed what people say about me and the circumstances I've been to to let me think otherwise. That's why you got to change your environment. Get from around these people who don't believe in you. Get around good people. Environment isn't everything. Not always. Most of the time, it's our choices. That's how, you know, people can come from a bad environment. They make a choice to get up out of there. They make a choice not to follow the crowd. They make a choice to believe in themselves and do something different. Environment does make a difference, but the choice ultimately is you know, where it is, determines where our life is going to go. So I've always seen myself as a person with the 1 talent. You know, I always made excuses, and because I didn't know God, I didn't have faith. You know, the talents also represent a measure of faith. Everybody's given a measure of faith. It's all different, but everybody's given a measure. So the one with the 5 talents, he's given a lot of faith, but he flipped his into 10. You know, the one with the 2 talents, he had less faith, but he still had faith, and he flipped his into 4. See, the one with the 1 talent didn't have any faith at all. He buried his. That can also apply to, this parable can also apply to the circumstances we're born into life. Some people are born into families with more opportunity and more money. That's the 5 talents. They can flip theirs and make 10. Some of us are born into families and circumstances with 2 talents, but we still flip that 2 into 4. And then some of us are born into families with 1 talent, and we think we don't have enough, We think that because we come from a certain place that we can't do anything in life. So we don't even try it off, we bury it. That was me for a long time. But when I gave my life to the Lord, he started showing me the truth about life and who I was. My identity was in him. He showed me who I was. He showed me the truth. See, the truth will set you free. That's what that means. You're not ugly. You can do it. They told you couldn't, but yeah, you can. I did it. I have multiple businesses now. God will bless you. The message behind the story with the talents is those who can be entrusted with little will be given much. And the more I started stepping out and believing in God and taking these, I'm not going to say risks, but stepping out on faith, the more he started to show up in my life and bless me. Not just for me, but for other people. Like that lady at the juice store. She was pregnant, man. Pregnancy is a big deal. She wanted to know what's going on with that baby. Maybe he was sick. Maybe she had a bad doctor report and she needed that word. See? Now, had I buried that talent, she never would have seen that word or got that word. It's funny, right before I made this message, my messenger dinged. My messenger dinged, from Facebook. And it was a message from somebody saying, look, somebody I knew from the past. She said, how did you build your career? How did you do all of this? Because it seems like when I'm trying to build my career, like I get discouraged and I don't have the support. You don't need everybody's support. Just trust God. I don't have a lot of support. Go look at my business page, 177 Logistics, my moving company. I post things, don't nobody respond. Maybe 2 or 3 people. My mother's a rider. She support me no matter what. If I did something wrong, she'll lie to the police. I'm telling you. No nobody, like it. But that don't stop me from making 6 figures in a company. It don't matter who supports you. God will bring people. He'll do it without them. I'm telling you. I don't have a manager. I don't have an agent. I don't need people to support me in acting. God opens my doors. I don't need people to like anything I'm doing or believe in me. I believe in myself because God showed that to me. I'm able. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That's the mindset we got to have. The more faith we have in God, the more we can do with our talents. The better light we can see ourselves in. You're able. You got all the potential in the world. A lot of us are supposed to be writing books. A lot of us have been through things that's going to help somebody else. A lot of us have been through circumstances and situations that can set somebody free of something they're struggling with. But we just have to have faith and get out and do it. Don't bury your talents. Flip them. If you got 3 talents, make 6. If you got 4, make 8. If you got 5, make 10. If you got 10, make 20. Don't bury your talents. Just don't be the one with who buried it. He had 1 talent. He could have made 2, but he chose to bury it. Sometimes we blame the master. Sometimes we blame God. God, why was I born like this? Why was I born in these circumstances? I wasn't born into the best circumstances. My father wasn't the best. My mother did everything for us. Yeah, it was hard, but she did it. Those things that I've been through helped me become the man that I am. Those things helped me build resilience, character. Finishing last gave me work ethic, showed me how to finish first. Taught me the value of hard work. God works everything for the good for those who love him, who are called to his eternal purpose. He'll show you how to take that bad situation and turn it good. Believe in yourself. Believe in God. All right, that's a short message today. I'm going to try to keep them under 15 minutes because I can get on here and talk forever about God. I can talk all day about God. I hope that y'all have a blessed day. Believe in yourself. Don't bury your talents. God bless you.